There, good morning, everyone. It is currently the 1st of October and 16, and of course, we are tracking severe tropical storm Chaba moving off here towards the northwest. To give you an idea of where this is on our satellite picture here, here's the center of our storm system, rain band stretching off towards the north and towards the south. The Mariana Islands are located right here. You have Luzon and Manila here, and Okinawa and the Amami Islands stretched off here towards the north. And as far as where this storm system is going, it does look like it's going to continue to track on a northwesterly track, rounding the subtropical ridge which is located over the Ogasawara Islands, and then eventually get pulled towards the north by a passing trough, which is now coming in across northeastern China, and that's eventually going to hook this storm system off. So, a lot going on with this. Let's break down the forecast. First with the track. The Japan Meteorological Agency at this time has a storm coming right over the northern edge of Okinawa. Winds right now at 55, gusting to 80 knots, and they do expect this to intensify up to a typhoon by the time we head into Sunday morning, nearing the southern Japanese islands. By the time Monday morning into Tuesday comes around, really just kind of slowly moving off here towards the north. Actually, 18 UTC as shown on this map here. That's about 3 a.m. Japan Standard Time, 18 UTC. So this would be 3 a.m. Monday morning, and that would be 3 a.m. Tuesday morning. So throughout the day on Monday, passing by Naha just towards the east. Now, this is what JMA says. Take a look at what JTWC saying. With the track moving a little bit further towards the west per their analysis, a few of the other agencies out here in the Western Pacific kind of going towards the east and towards the west. Really, all of them squarely say directly over the island of Okinawa as a typhoon. But the big thing I do want to know, and this is something we often stress, is when you have a storm moving towards the north, it often picks up speed. So if the storm was to track, let's say, 100 kilometers towards the east of Okinawa, this would be a massive difference than 100 kilometers towards the west. The main reason for it is that you have to remember these storms spin counterclockwise, right? So if it's moving towards the north at about 20 kilometers per hour, this side of the storm is going to have winds about 20 kilometers per hour higher. Not to mention dry air often filters in from the west, so this side is often weaker, plus the winds are moving counter rotation towards the forward movement. So that's really why we often say you have to pay attention to how the island does get impacted. Right now, per JTWC, in the right front quadrant of this storm system as we head into the afternoon, and definitely this would be the worst case scenario. Also, the ECMWF, our Meteor Earth model, really totally in line with that same analysis there. So that is definitely possible, and this would really cause Jelliwatt type damage to Naha. That was the last one that really the right front moved over the southern extent of the island. The northern areas of Okinawa, totally different situation, much more rural out there. Not to mention most of the military is located out across this area. That is why they're actually going through their T-Core levels at this time, up to T-Core 3 the last time I checked, but I'm sure by the time you're watching this it might be higher. The big thing though is that throughout the day here on Saturday and the Sunday, definitely want to be making those preparations for this storm system. Even if it doesn't hit directly, or if it does move forward to the east, you still could be seeing tropical storm strength winds could toss things around, including always those flying trampolines we often talk about. So that's something we're really going to be watching over the coming days, guys. And really, I think Monday is going to be, it's going to be a long weekend for people out there. Probably have a lot of days off. Here, as we head into Tuesday, though, the storm will turn towards the northeast, following behind that trough I was talking about, moving over Kyushu and then eventually western Honshu throughout the day on Wednesday. And I had actually a question on the Westpac Weather Facebook page out of Iwakuni, that's in western Honshu. Wednesday, really going to be seeing that threat of some high winds and heavy rainfall. I think the rain's going to be the bigger threat, as always, for western areas of Japan, including Shikoku. Definitely could see about 300 to 400 millimeters eventually coming out of this, eventually also moving into the Tokyo area. But that is a big rainmaker for now. I'm more worried about Okinawa. This is the big one. This is going to be probably the biggest storm to hit that island this year, unless something else surprises us, since the tracks often later on in the season to shift a little bit further towards the south. And that's actually going to be the case as we head into next week, later next week. We have another storm system that could develop here in the Philippine Sea and pull towards the Philippines. So a lot going on with all of that. But for now, that's all I have. Thanks again for watching, guys. And as always, stay safe out there.